Welcome to The Explainer. We're diving straight into a topic that literally impacts every single one of us, the modern job market. We'll be navigating the current landscape, tackling the real challenges out there, and of course, looking ahead at the future of work.
So, are you ready for the future of work? Yeah, it's kind of a heavy question, right? Whether you're a student, a recent grad, or maybe just looking to pivot, feeling prepared right now can feel totally daunting. But hey, that is exactly why we're here. Think of this explainer as your ultimate guide to decoding this shifting landscape.
Here's our quick roadmap for today. We've got 1. Defining the job market. 2. Top jobs and skills. 3. Challenges for young workers. 4. Technology and AI. And 5. The future of work. Let's get right into it.
Okay, kicking things off with Section 1, defining the job market, the foundation.
So what exactly is the job market? At its core, it's a system where companies actively look for workers and people look for jobs. Sounds super simple, but it's actually incredibly dynamic. Think of it like a massive, high-speed matching game of supply and demand. You've got companies hungry for talent on one side, and on the other, folks like us bringing our unique abilities to the table. And in this marketplace, your skills and your experience, they're the absolute currency.
But here's the kicker. This market is never static. It changes yearly. Why? Mostly because of evolving technology and shifting society. Think about how smartphones literally invented the app economy overnight, or how recent societal shifts totally rewrote the rules on remote work. The jobs available and the skills you need to actually do them are constantly evolving. What worked a decade ago, it probably doesn't cut it today.
Which brings us right into Section 2, top jobs and skills. Where is the demand?
When we look at where the actual demand is right now, the traditional heavy hitters are still going strong. In technology, programmers are seeing absolute explosive growth. Health is obviously critical, with doctors and nurses in massive demand, but what's super fascinating is the explosion in business and media. We were talking huge opportunities in social media and online content. These are entire career paths that basically didn't exist a couple of decades ago, all driven by our totally digital lifestyles.
But, landing those roles requires a very specific toolkit. Companies today don't just want technical know-how. They want essential skills like communication and teamwork. You've got to be able to collaborate. And beyond that, having sharp digital skills and fluency in languages, especially English, that can literally be the deciding factor between you getting the offer or someone else. These are absolute must-haves in a global market.
All right, shifting gears a bit to Section 3, challenges for young workers, the entry-level struggle.
The classic experience catch-22. It is honestly one of the most frustrating paradoxes for anyone just starting out. Companies want to hire people with experience, but how on earth are you supposed to get experience if nobody will hire you without it? It's incredibly stressful staring down that barrier, and it's a completely valid frustration that so many young professionals are dealing with right now.
And that lack of prior experience, it basically sets off a domino effect. We're talking major hurdles like low starting salaries and a really high risk of unemployment right out of the gate. When you mix the struggle to just find a job with the reality that it might barely pay the bills when you do find one, well, you inevitably get skyrocketed personal stress. It's a genuinely tough environment to build a foundation in. But hey, don't lose hope just yet. Let's move to Section 4, technology and AI, the double-edged sword. Now, technology brings an undeniable reality to the table. Some jobs are going to disappear. Machines and AI just work faster than humans at certain tasks. But actually, wait, that's only half the story. Because that exact same technology, it's simultaneously creating entirely new opportunities and careers that we literally couldn't have imagined 10 years ago. It's a double-edged sword for sure, but it's carving out some incredibly exciting new paths.
So what's the game plan? How do we adapt? Well, it starts with your foundation, pursuing university or vocational training like FP. But here is the critical part. Your learning cannot stop there. To unlock those really good, future-proof job opportunities, you have to continuously learn new things. Upskilling is basically your ultimate shield against automation.
And that brings us perfectly into our final segment, Section 5, the future of work. What is next?
Looking ahead at tomorrow's workplace trends, continued technological growth is pretty much a given. But more than that, we're seeing a massive shift in how we work. Remote work from home is becoming the standard. And alongside that, flexible schedules are huge. Companies are finally realizing that actual output matters way more than just clocking in from 9 to 5. Also, keep an eye on green jobs in the environmental sector. That is poised to become one of the most critical parts of the modern economy.
So to wrap all of this up, yes, the market is changing incredibly fast.
But continuous education and essential skills, those are your permanent keys to success. Tech will evolve, society will shift, but if you lock down your communication, your teamwork, and commit to lifelong learning, you are totally in the driver's seat. You don't have to just react to the market, you can actually master it.
I'm going to leave you with this to ponder. How will you adapt your skills for the green and remote jobs of tomorrow? What's one step you can take today to upskill for that future? Thanks so much for exploring the modern job market with me on this explainer. Keep learning, stay adaptable, and we'll catch you next time.